No. I said I don't want to. I closed them all because I closed what I was doing before, so I could be present.
Oh,
be
it
here.
does. The computer does the thing where it's like, did you want it just the way it was before,
Yes.
you little pretty fucking princess? Bitch.
It was like, do you want all these tabs? And I was like, no, that's why I closed them. It's only helpful if it like shuts down and it's like, hey, I see you're in the middle of this thing that you literally needed to be doing before I crashed on you. And then I go, yeah, can I have those back? And it goes, yeah, okay.
I'll take a tab of acid. How about? Maybe the computer could serve one of those up, but it can't because it's lame, right?
I know. And that's kind of like the reason why they got rid of the disk drive, isn't it? Because the computer was like, here, take this acid. And then it would just like open up like, and there would just be like the acid tab in there.
You got drives with discs in them right now.
Yeah, but it's not like a CD disc. It's a.
Like, you mean like the tray?
Yeah, like the tray.
You can't press a button to open up the tray
hard drive is
and see that you still got the Kenny Chesney CD in there.
Exactly. It's so sad.
Yeah. They should bring those back, I feel like. I feel like my PC should have a disc tray.
I feel like if you have like a dedicated like desktop, I feel like they should. Like my case is kind of small, so I guess I don't really know where I would fit it. But it'd be cool.
Everyone's got room, man. You can always make room. I'm sure there's like one of those like like Walkmans. You could have.
Why'd you say it like that?
You could have like USB, like it's like a Walkman that plugs into a USB port that you can put a disc in, and it plugs into your computer, and it's like, it's just funny. It's a funny thing to have.
We just like that. I'm gonna carry that around and be like, hey, do you have any CDs? I could burn you a CD right now. Anyone who knew how to burn a CD like in the early 2000s was like the coolest person I knew. Like my dad was like, oh yeah, I just burn all my albums onto CDs for free. And I was like, damn, that's so cool.
Do you ever see
he was like a modern day pirate.
You ever see people walking around and they have those, they have like the cassette players with headphones? It's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Like, it's like you want to be all like indie and hip and cool.
Everyone's
and all
like,
that,
oh, I want to be different.
But it's like, just get AirPods, man. Like, it's not.
I mean, I feel like it's fine. There's like a nice.
I'm not saying it's not fine.
No, but
I don't know why after I say something, you have to come in and be like, I don't necessarily agree with that.
I mean, I just don't. That's just what it is. I'm just stating.
But I'm not saying it's not fine. Okay. I'm very chill with all of the things, with most things going on. The only things that I'm not chill with are people who play Tekken, the government, and people who use cassette players still.
Okay, so you were saying it in a way that was not chill.
I don't understand what you're saying to me.
Anyway, yeah, I think it's chill. I do think it's a little bit cringe if you're like our age, and obviously you weren't alive when they were like the prevalent way to listen to music.
Yeah,
then
that's
you're
what
like,
I'm saying.
I'm just not like other girls.
They're
like,
just,
I guess
they're
it's
just
harmless.
not like other girls though, because other girls they would just buy AirPods.
Other girls they have AirPods and Apple Music
to the monopoly that is the Apple Computer Company.
Yeah,
which a lot of people don't know this. They started with computers. People don't know what those are anymore. It's a little fucked
People
up.
don't know that Apple made computers.
Well, apparently they don't know what a fucking CRT is either. So why would they know that Apple made computers?
That's normal. That's so normal to not know what that is.
If you asked your little brother what Apple's first product was, do you think he would know?
Probably not. No.
Exactly.
Right. So it's just like how normal it is to not know what a CRT is.
I'm saying the kids are fucked up.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm just being honest about what it is, what the normal truth is. It should be normal to know what a CRT is because we should all.
What is this vocabulary, bro?
Sorry, maybe the realistic truth as opposed to this.
Nothing is true. We don't know anything.
Yeah, you're right.
We're all just stardust.
I agree with you.
Kill yourself. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's April 4th.
Yep, sure is. Favorite day of the week.
Which day of the week is it?
Monday, duh. Monday, April 4th.
Okay.
Because we always record on Mondays.
I don't know why. I meant to say March 4th, but it's April.
You already said it. I'm backing you up.
We're in. on this one.
We're a month ahead of you guys. Let me tell you.
We're always like 8 steps ahead. Not
the
like
end of March
not like
is a tough
4
one.
steps ahead or 2 steps ahead, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to be more steps than that. We're like that that ancient
You can't just be 2 or 3.
Chinese proverb where it's like 1,000 steps to I'm forgetting
for
now.
Mankind.
It's
one
like
step
you
for
see
man,
that you see that
1,000 steps for mankind.
Range Rover
when they were on the moon.
Do you see the Range Rover ad where
I've never watched a Range Rover ad.
It's their big SUV and it's going up these Chinese steps.
There's no way.
And there's like 1,000 of them, I think.
I mean, I'm sure it is a thing. That's crazy. They just need to be like, yeah, the people who are going to buy our cars are going to buy our cars. Like, they're one of the companies who doesn't fucking need advertising.
They don't need advertising, yeah.
If you're going to buy a Range Rover...
I would feel like no one knows what a Range Rover is in our generation.
That's fine. I think that's a good thing.
Well, it's not good for their future business.
Sucks for
profits.
them. They're a shit car, and they're for rich people who suck.
I'm not defending. I agree with that. I'm just saying, maybe we should get like a yacht club membership.
Yeah, you and I should get a yacht. We should have our own yacht.
We should
Can you imagine the waste management yacht.
We go to the yacht club.
God, dude, this shit hurts.
It's like a cool yacht club. It's the yacht club. And Kai Sinat is there.
Dude, I was talking with Tina yesterday, and I was like, I want to get a corgi so bad. And she was like, you know what you should name it? And I was like, what? And she was like, you should name it Giat. And I was like, that's so fucking stupid. But like now I'm here and I'm laughing and it's funny and I hate it. And
I don't know if it's funny.
So Giat, my corgi, is gonna have to be on the Giat Club with us.
Okay.
No, I think it's awesome. Because corgis are cute and they got little fluffy butts.
When we eat all the rich people, what will happen to the country clubs?
I think they will have to be repurposed and used for pickleball only. You know?
Pickleball and
pickleball is
like
the
other
current,
one?
like
there's another like hot yoga type millennial beat sport.
Beat sport.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to say type sport type beat, and I just said
rack. Is it a ball? Is the second half of the sport ball?
I don't know.
I know that doesn't really narrow it down because that's like every sport.
Yeah, that doesn't really help at all, actually. But
yeah, I kind of thought about. Yeah, sorry about that. I guess that doesn't help.
I don't know.
But yeah, pickleball. Everyone and their mom is into pickleball. Every time I'm at work, they're like, "Do you guys have pickleball courts?" And I'm like, I don't know. Can you get like a real hobby? You're still like in your 20s. Why don't you exercise?
My dad like sprained his ankle like 2 years ago from playing pickleball, and he's never recovered.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that intense. I thought it was just like slower tennis.
I mean, it is like that. It is just slower tennis.
It's also smaller.
It is kind of the softball of tennis.
Softball's kind of intense, though. They can't call it softball because the ball is actually really fucking hard and it hurts.
Well, what they don't tell you is they put the ball in one of those tanks of nitrogen first before it goes into play.
Like liquid? Yeah. They freeze it.
Well,
so
this
you
is
throw the ball and it's got like this sick like smoke effect coming off of it as it's ricocheting off the bat.
And when it goes into the goal, a dragon comes out.
Yeah.
Like in Rocket League.
The goal? In softball.
In softball, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like in pickleball.
No.
We got to make a new sport. Like, they've got to do... I'm tired of this whole, like, football thing. Can we, like, rally together and pick, like, a new one?
Do you mean American football or
American football?
Okay.
Actual football is great. That can stay where it is. I love actual football. Or what we call soccer.
I don't.
I like soccer. Okay.
To me, it's like we've figured out soccer at this point, right? Like we could just hockey is just better soccer. Am I wrong?
It's so much better.
Because it's like they added the Mario Kart item boxes to soccer, and it's a perma ice debuff.
Yeah, right. Now I understand what you mean.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they also added where you can like just beat the shit out of each other, which is always
good. Which is great. I mean, that was a much needed edition.
They needed that in soccer because people would do that before, and then they'd be like red card, or people would like
everyone's being like it's like
over.
the worst Broadway show you've ever seen. So annoying.
It's just the most like undergraduate acting career, like theater drama major you've ever seen, and it's awful.
Yeah. But we
I think
I'm saying
we need to rally together as a people and make a new sport, because I just don't really like football that much. The culture's just not like American football. The culture's just not like, first of all, the sport's just like not that interesting. It's kind of cool, but it's not.
We got to go back to Foursquare.
It's not that good. Foursquare's so sick.
Or what's the game with like the net that people play on beaches, where it's like a circular net on the ground. And you fucking...
Spike ball?
Spike ball, yeah.
Spike ball is fucking sick. It's so cool.
Yeah, we could do that. That seems like a big wave.
I guess like every time it starts to get nice out, such as today, like everywhere on college campus is like, oh my God, let's go play spike ball. And then you can just find people to play with, and it's kind of sick.
Yeah. You could just walk up to them like they're an NPC, and you press A a couple times. And they ask if you want to join in the game, but you're pressing A too fast, so it says no, and you're like, oh, the default option was no. So
and then you have to like walk away
through their dialogue.
Come back. Yeah,
it's kind of annoying.
I gotta do that now that it's started to be nice out. All the NPCs are gonna start coming out.
Spike ball, but it's with like hot dogs or something.
Like you and I.
I mean, like this is like an America-wide thing. Yeah.
I don't know if we could get them. We could get America rallied behind that, maybe, I think.
You know what's messed up, man? People, they aren't talking about hot dogs anymore. What's up with that?
I think that's fine.
Have you noticed that?
I mean, I guess I have. It's not really like a pizza's like the big commodity now.
We're losing our culture.
I don't really think that we have that much culture.
Well, what about hot dogs on 4th of July?
I think that the hot dog was invented by like the Germans.
I mean, they've got some hot dogs over there for sure.
I guess they invented bratwurst, which is just hot dogs. But
I mean, the German Shepherds won a hot dog. Like, I'm not...
What do you mean by that?
I'm not a furry, but if I was a dog, I feel
every
like...
good sentence that I've ever heard starts with, I'm not a furry.
German Shepherds are like the blondes of dogs.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
They're like
all blondes are just hot?
Yeah, kind of.
The German Shepherds are just hot and dumb, and you just want to have fun with
the
them?
German Shepherds aren't dumb, they're smart. So they're better than blondes, actually, now that I'm thinking
Blondes
about
are smart.
Well,
I used to be blonde, and now I'm whatever the fuck this color is.
You're a dirty blonde.
I feel like my hair is just getting like more brown.
Yeah.
Especially in this light. That's so tough, dude. Growing up is so weird. I look so different.
But they should.
I wish we could host a podcast episode with like our 15-year-old selves. Think about how sick that would be.
That's a terrible idea. We should not do that.
We'd be so funny.
Okay, let's workshop this. We get an AI, a video AI. We submit all of our episodes of the podcast to it.
Well, yeah, but then how are we supposed to talk to our 15-year-old self? I'm just saying, like, 15-year-old me was such an idiot.
No, like we can prompt them. You know what I'm saying? We
gotcha.
Prompt them with stuff. This could be a thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of AI, I was on the bus the other day, and I did something foul. I did something I shouldn't have done.
This could be like any myriad of things.
Look, I was on the bus. It was a crowded situation, okay? So I'm sitting in there's 2 seats, right? So it's window seat, aisle seat. There's no middle seat. Okay? So I'm in the aisle seat. The bus is packed. So not only is every seat filled, but also people are standing up and down the hallway. Like there is no, or not hallway, but like the middle of the aisle.
Yeah.
Because there's just no room. It is chock full of big boys and even bigger girls. And I'm in the aisle seat. And there's a girl standing directly to my left in the aisle, and she's got her back turned to me. She's got a crazy ass. And I'm like, I don't want to stare. I can't look to the left, right? Because that would just be rude, quite frankly.
Right.
Are you following?
I am following.
You look like you're confused.
It's just not a sentence that I expected to ever hear you say. But I'm proud of you, and I want you to
But
keep
you would
going.
be doing the same thing in my situation.
I might, yeah.
If someone's ass was this close from, I mean, literally,
Yeah,
I would inches from my face, you would not look that way, right?
It's like walking. Actually, I'll tell that later. Go ahead.
Okay, so I turn my direction more towards the person sitting to my right because I want to be polite. I don't want to be rude. And
Right.
the person on their right, they're on their phone, okay? And I'm like, I'm not gonna look at their phone. That's none of my business. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm better than that.
But you do.
Right?
But
I
you
look
might.
at their phone, right? I look at their
You
phone.
might dabble a little bit.
I might dabble in like looking at people's phones.
Yeah.
And she's on this app that I learn is called character.ai. And I didn't know about this. Did you know about this?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. I didn't know about this, but I did research. Okay. I read articles.
Mm-hmm.
I look over and it's basically an app where you can make an AI for whatever you want and the AI will play the character. So like if you go to the main page of their website right now, you'll see like you can talk to Deku from My Hero Academia AI, Deku.ai or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You could do stuff like or you could just generally tell it like how to talk to you. And this girl is she's talking to an AI called something like how are you feeling today.ai.
Interesting.
And she's like
is she all right?
she's tabbing between her messages like a group chat and this app. So she's like taking the information from her messages and then being like, what do I say to this thing and to the AI? And she's like talking about how she's very anxious with like all the stuff happening in like this group she's in. And I'm like, I can't decide if this is incredibly sad.
Yeah.
Or
if it's like, is it actually like helping to aid people with social
or if
anxiety?
this is a weird, I don't know. But I thought it very odd, and I was like, are there many people using this? You know? What are your thoughts on this?
Now I understand why all of our parents are fucking so close-minded.
What? How did you get there?
Well, because if like me hearing that makes me think like, oh, like we... Like, I guess that maybe that could help in someone's mental health. But, like, I feel like there are steps that could be taken, like, before that.
Yeah. Like, the obvious steps of talk to a real person.
Yeah.
But what if you don't have
but also,
a real
like, if
person?
you have, like, if you're, like, really socially anxious, then, like, maybe you don't want to talk to a real person.
Yeah.
Or, like, therapy. Like, maybe you don't want to talk to a therapist. Or, like, therapy's super expensive.
True.
So yeah, I'm gonna not be stupid, but also like it does give me like that makes me kind of sad vibes.
Yeah, right. Like this isn't how it should be happening.
Yeah,
there should be a person who knows all this. But also, I felt like I was reading the responses. I was like in too deep at this point, so I was reading everything that was
the
being
lore
typed out. Yeah.
Wait, so you with this person was like on their phone like this, and you were like looking at them?
I was like side-eyeing it, like in my peripheral vision.
Oh god, so like
I was looking like diagonal
like...
this way. I was kind of like looking out the window, but I was in my peripheral. I could see their phone, and I was reading all this stuff.
Got you.
Because I'm a terrible, awful person.
I don't think you are. I think that humans are generally curious creatures.
But it was
as
like I was reading
creatures.
The stuff the AI was saying, and I was like, this is probably the same thing I would say in this situation, or I would say something similar, but in much less words.
Yeah.
Which is also scary to think about.
It is. It's like we right now in my theory class, the paper that I was literally writing before I got on this call with you, our professor's like super upset because he keeps claiming that everyone is using like ChatGPT to write their essays.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's almost impossible to like 100% tell if people do or don't.
Yeah.
Because I have taken I took my first paper and I plugged it into like allegedly the AI checker that my professor uses, and it said like 3% AI generated text. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like 3% overlap of like a sentence that I would say and a sentence that ChatGPT would write is like nothing. And then like I took like one of my discussion posts from the class, and it was like 75. And then I had ChatGPT write me like a discussion post, and then I typed it into the checker to see how much AI it was, and it was like 4%.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck, dude? So it was like the thing that I actually wrote got flagged, but the thing that ChatGPT itself wrote didn't. And I was like, I feel like these two things look like they are written by similar people. Like, I feel like it's not, you just can't tell the difference, which is like kind of scary. It could potentially, I think, if we really like look into it, maybe be good in an educational way, but I don't really think it's there yet.
Yeah, I agree.
But like, it's kind of scary.
But it was just like, I just felt so bad for this person, but I couldn't like say anything. You know what I mean? I can't be like, hey, I know you're getting off on the next stop, but
but
can we have a serious conversation about what is going on here? It seems like you're very stressed about the work life like, in your whatever. But it's, I don't know.
No, I mean, it's scary, and life today is like really stressful, I feel like. But I can't tell if it's like, if we're for some reason just way more stressed than we ever have been, or if the stress level throughout like all of humanity has been sort of similar and it's just been like different issues. But I don't know. I feel like the climate that we live in today is very prone to just making people stressed.
I think it's more stressful now because in Roman days, or no, let's go further. In Greek days, which is so much further. In Greek days,
it's like a couple
if you were a baby born in Sparta, a Roman soldier would come to your house, or a Spartan soldier. I don't know why I said Roman. I'm getting my shit mixed up right now.
Hey, it's okay. It's for the sake of the lore.
Bro, I just got fucking spiked off stage at like 10%. It's fucked up. But okay, a soldier would come to the house of a newborn baby, and they would shake the baby and like inspect it. And if the baby didn't like measure up to certain qualities, they would just like throw it over a hill.
What?
And the baby would die. Like they wanted specific. Hold on, I'm getting there.
Okay. I was like, and so that's like.
I'm just trying to introduce what life was like back then. Okay, I'm trying to paint a picture. It's called imaginative storytelling. All right.
There you go.
And what I'm trying to say is like, at that point, like your whole life is set out for you, for the most part. Like you don't really have to worry about much because like you're just born, and then when you turn 12, you get trained in the Spartan ways of how to use a spear and how to throw a spear and how to like deflect a spear with a shield and
there's a lot
other
of
useful skills
related.
Of the time, really.
Yeah.
The turtle formation was like a big thing back then. But anyway,
that shit's so cool.
But your whole life was like predetermined, and now it's like, hey son, you can be a plumber or an astrophysicist. So like have fun with that.
Good luck.
Figure it out, dipshit.
I guess that's fair. There really was like no guidance.
You know what I'm saying? I guess if you were a Chinese emperor, it was a little bit different because then, you know, you could do whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think that's always something that my mom talks to me about. She's like, oh, I feel like, you know, you kids have like so many more paths in your life that you can take now. And I'm like,
yeah,
I guess so, but I have no fucking idea which path I'm supposed to take.
Like, I think if you were born in the Great Depression, you didn't really like have aspirations. You just like needed to make money.
Yeah.
So it was like, I guess I'm a cobbler now. I don't know. What did they do back then?
Like the peach?
No, like the shoe.
Oh, yeah, like the shoemaker.
Yeah.
They turned him into a peach. They put him in a giant bakery dish.
They put him in a giant peach like James.
Good book.
What? Okay, can we recap that book/movie?
Like about how fucking weird it is?
Yeah, because I've been trying to. I feel like this is one of those things where I got like Berenstein Bearsed, and I don't remember what actually happened, and I'm just making up stuff in my head. So it's
in
there's
James
a kid,
the Giant Peach?
James.
Yeah. James.
Just James. The second one came later.
Okay.
And he lived at like a witch's house or something, and then they made there was a tree, and the peach came from a tree, but it was the only peach. It was a special peach. And James went into the peach, and it flew away, and it was happy now because he wasn't getting abused by his witch mom or something.
Yeah, I think so. And he's friends with bugs. I know that happens. He's friends with the bugs in the peach.
I don't remember that at all. There are bugs in the peach?
Are there not?
I don't know. This is what I'm saying. I do not remember. We need the Wikipedia synopsis.
James and the Giant Peach. Can I get a Wikipedia? No, there's lit charts. Okay. James the Giant Peach, Wikipedia.
I need to know if the witch brewed some shit up.
Let's see. Plot summary. James Henry. What? He lives at his parents' house.
Wait, the main character's name is Henry?
No, his name is James Henry Trotter.
Oh.
So James.
James.
What the fuck?
Pretty sure it was only one.
Unfortunately, when he is 4 years old, an oddly carnivorous raging rhinoceros escapes from the London Zoo and eats James' parents while they are on a shopping trip at the capital. What?
No, you know what?
Holy
it's all
shit,
coming
his
back,
parents
actually.
are killed by a rhino, so that's why he goes to live with his witch aunt?
Imagine your aunt is a witch.
Yeah, isn't that so unfortunate?
What's up with that, by the way?
He meets a mysterious man who gives him a bag of magic crystals. And, instructing James to use them in a potion that would change his life for the better.
I mean,
James stumbles and spills the bag on the ground, losing the crystals as they dig themselves underground. A nearby barren peach tree, in turn, produces a single peach, which soon grows to the size of a house. They earn money by selling tickets to people to go look at the giant peach. Let's see.
So you can put crack in the ground, and it makes fruit big.
Yep.
Is that how it happens in Stardew Valley?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, James finds he crawls into the peach and then he makes friends with bugs. And then one of the bugs cuts the stem of the peach and it rolls into his aunt's house and kills her. It's a crazy book.
And that's rated E for everyone, by the way.
It is rated E for everyone. James is 7 years old. His parents die. They're killed by a carnivorous rhinoceros.
I feel like this is one of those things where it's like you could write an interesting documentary about the author's life.
Oh, yeah, Roald Dahl. You know he's crazy. Saying? That's not his only book either. He's, yeah.
It reads like something out of a Shel Silverstein poem.
Oh, he's so cool, though.
Yeah, he has a beard.
That is it. That's all I think That's all his hair.
When I think of him.
It just goes like this. And it's like oddly round as well. It's like an O and then like the chin strap. I know because he's the villain of Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Shel Silverstein?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
There's like a section in the
I
book
didn't know there was a villain.
There's not. Okay. It's not it is Shel Silverstein, but he's not like the villain of the book. Greg, like his mom reads him some poems by Shel Silverstein when he's a baby or something, and he doesn't like it because he thinks that he looks scary.
I mean, The Giving Tree is a scary book.
It is kind of a scary book.
From an adult perspective.
Why is it scary from an adult perspective?
Because it teaches you, like, kids are just like, oh, the tree was like nice or whatever. Like that's all they get from it. But then we as adults, we're like, the tree nurtured this little boy into a succulent peach called James. That was the other James.
James singular.
That makes both of the James of the peach. Mm-hmm. No, but the tree raises the boy like a succulent peach, and the peach falls from the tree one day, and it gets tattoos and nipple piercings, and it wears mesh jackets so you can see the nipple piercings.
What the fuck are you talking about?
and then the boy, he comes back and he's like, I love you. And it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
I think I read a different book.
You know what I'm saying? The boy is
obviously not.
The boy is a little boy, And he's all innocent and pure, and he doesn't know shit about the world. And the tree's like, I'm gonna slap some shit into you, motherfucker.
The tree does not do that.
The tree slaps him with its arms.
No, it gives him an apple.
It nurtures the boy, and then the boy goes away for many years, goes to college or whatever, experiences the world. He gets nipple piercings, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why you're saying it like that. But then the boy comes back, and it's like, Tree, you've given so much from me, and I've taken so much from you. But now I want to give back to my community.
Right, and then he
does. And it's a pure, beautiful thing, and then the tree dies or something.
Right, so why is that scary for us as adults?
What do you mean? Because it's like watching Avatar. Not the blue people.
Yeah, I got that one.
The one with Aang.
I heard someone pronounce his name like that the other day. Because like now the new Netflix series is out. Apparently it's dog shit. Big shock. That's a great show though.
Yeah.
The original Avatar: The Last Airbender is so good.
But isn't that beautiful? You don't think that's beautiful?
No, I think it's beautiful. That's why I don't think it's scary.
But it's scary because you're gonna be old one day, and you're gonna have back pain and nipple piercings.
Like I have back pain right now. I had to lug a fucking 50-pound bucket of concrete around yesterday.
Oh yeah, wait. Can you talk about this? Hold on. Can you talk about how your old ass professor...
I don't know why you think this... Okay, first of all, my professor's not even old. You think this is like the craziest thing in the whole world. She's not. Old. She's like 52. She's like our parents' age.
Okay, I mean, that's, she's up there.
That's not that old.
She's up there. She ain't got much time left, especially if that's what she's doing with her spare time.
Okay.
But your professor was like, you have to go pour concrete for homework.
Yes. This is not even this is the second time I've had to do it. I don't know why you think this is so crazy.
That's like if my professor asked me to go get milk for homework and bring it back to him.
How is it like that at all?
Because that's an insane thing to ask.
What does your major have to do with milk?
What does your shit have to do with concrete?
I'm a fucking architect.
No, you care about like blueprints and shit.
I'm studying to be an architect. If I say I'm an architect, I can actually get fined, apparently, which is so fucking
That's not.
lame.
No one's gonna fine you. No one.
No,
cares.
Straight up, unironically, yes, they do. There's a list that comes out at the end of the year.
There's not a naughty list.
There is a naughty list. I swear.
No, there's not.
On God, it is real. The AIA has a list of people who are not certified who claim to be architects, and they get fined $1,500 every year until they change.
They should do that for doctors.
Yes, they should.
Not architects.
They probably do. I mean, I think it's probably still pretty important for architects. If a building just like collapses and people are in it, that's generally not really that great.
Yeah, but it was probably the fault of like a tornado or something.
You should be able to build a building to withstand a tornado.
Okay, well, many architects couldn't back in the day.
Yeah, well...
They couldn't get it done like that.
I guess it depends on the building. Like, if it's like a random house in the middle of nowhere.
Shut up. Talk about the concrete.
Okay, so I don't know... Okay, first of all, I don't know why you think this is so crazy.
This is like an insane thing to have for homework.
It's crazy. Not even like that hard.
How do you not see this as insane?
Because this is my life, and I can't fucking do anything about it. It is insane, but like... It's not like crazy difficult or anything. They just want us to like experiment so we can know how the material works so that when we're designing something, we don't make something that would like never ever exist.
This is like if the business majors actually had to use crayons. You don't know.
And they do. They do use crayons. They write in coloring books and they fill in the lines and they usually miss and they do it anyway.
Yeah.
They don't invest in the stock market. They don't like learn about day trading or like how the economy works or how big tech is a bubble and it needs to pop because it's ruining everyone's lives.
They don't learn about options or puts.
They don't learn about options or shares. Or other business
or
words.
Market cap.
Yeah.
They don't know.
That weird hat that the market wears? Oh, dude.
Or the nipple piercing on the bull. They don't tell you about that one.
Yep, on the bowl in Wall Street.
In Wall Street, and it
watches I don't get why you think this is like. You think this is like the craziest thing ever, but for me, this is just like a thing that I have to do. I'm telling you, dude.
You don't think it's a
little
little weird?
No, I do think it's a little weird, but like in comparison to like how difficult some of my assignments are, this one was like sort of easy and kind of even a little bit fun.
Was it Roman
and I hope
concrete?
that gives you it was wildly inefficient quickcrete that they bought from fucking Home Depot.
Also, where
and
did you?
gave to us.
It wasn't like a part of a building. It was just like where did you pour it?
At my architecture school, we have like a fabrication laboratory,
concrete
downstairs.
lab. You got the infinite obsidian generator.
It's kind of more like a wood shop, and then they just have an outdoor area where we do like work with stuff that has chemicals in it because you're not supposed to cure concrete inside.
Yeah,
it's bad for you.
It's so funny. Like I toured this company that was looking to hire me, and they had like I went into their like the warehouse part of their building.
And they had an obsidian generator?
No, they have a special room. It's a company that made devices that like helped
that seems specific.
companies like drill oil and stuff.
Oh, so that's so fucked up.
So they made devices that like helped measure like stuff like properties about the oil, like its temperature, and I don't know. I didn't get hired. I don't know. I can't tell you anything about it.
So they made a thermometer.
But they had like a back room where they were like, "Oh, this is our oil room where we have fucking 50 gallons of fucking oil, and they just pour it on their like they make a device and then they go back there and they're like, "All right, time to pour our device in oil."
So they just test it to like see if it works.
Yeah, but it's funny that it's one called the oil room.
Yeah,
because you would think it's something different from that.
This is the concrete room.
Yeah. It's just funny that's...
Yeah, that's so fucking... Also, such a huge... Like, I guess, I don't know how else you would test it, but, like, that's just such a huge waste of oil.
It was, like... It was a lot of oil. Like, it was... The hallway was long. Or it wasn't, like, a room. It was, like, literally a straight hallway.
That place could get
in a
robbed.
Warehouse.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think they're gonna get robbed. I think they're doing all right.
No, they probably won't. I'm just saying, on robbers out there, if you're looking for a spot... And you're really, really jacked.
This is breaking a law, I think.
What do you mean?
Hey, robbers, I know where the gold is.
I don't think that's breaking the law.
It's at Fort Knox.
I think the robbers already knew that one.
They're knocking up Fort Knox. That's what the robbers want. I hope that they know that, and you're just calling attention to it.
Addressing the subject of a sentence as the robbers, I am about to tell a joke. If I was speaking to criminals, I would not address them as the robbers.
I mean, well, how else are you supposed to address them? I don't understand.
I don't know, man. I'm not a criminal. The only crime I've ever done is like
thieves,
passwords. Connivers alike.
Ne'er-do-wells.
People who share passwords on Netflix, please join us today. That shit's so
Sailors
annoying.
of the Seven Seas.
Netflix, I hate you. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
The only good show you make is Stranger Things.
And there's only one strange thing about that show.
Yeah, and what is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like Dustin is hiding something.
Like the character Dustin, or like the actor of Dustin?
You can figure that one out for yourself. I feel like the evidence is there, but
I love Dustin. He's probably my favorite character.
I was arguing with a couple friends about this the other day, and I want to know if your leg is wet, but
yeah, you asked me
the
this
rest of your body is not wet. Are you wet, or is just your leg wet, or is it a secret third kind of state of being?
When you posted on your Instagram story, I hit you with a secret third thing because how can I not? But I guess that your leg is wet, but I don't really know.
But do you
if
think
all
you're
of you
wet?
Is wet. Yes.
Like, okay, if you're getting out of the pool, but you only put your leg in, one of your legs, not both of your legs, you only dipped one leg in for some reason.
And then I get out.
And then you get out.
Right.
Would you say that you are wet in that moment?
That's an interesting question.
I don't know.
Because
but
I would be like, yeah, my leg is wet. Duh. But like, is my leg not part of like the rest of my body?
Yeah. Because I think the conclusion that me and my friends reached was it was some secret third thing that we don't have a word for yet. Because I don't think I would say I'm wet.
Yeah, I guess not.
But I mean, my leg is wet, but I'm not wet. So it's like the combination of those two Schrodinger's cat superpositions is like a new thing.
Right.
One of my legs is a dead cat, and the other one is an alive cat, and they're both in a box. And the box is water, just called, but it's in the air, you could just call and I'm like, wet. But I'm not in the water. Holy shit. Are you following?
There was a lot to unpack there. I think we could just call that like Schrodinger's leg. I think that's fine. I think that's what it could be called. Your leg is totally wet, but also totally dry at the same time.
Yeah. If part of my device is dipped in oil,
it becomes Schrodinger's oil.
What if my leg? The portal gun is real. We have one portal on one end of the universe, and the other side of it goes to the other end of the universe.
The other side of it goes to a Wegmans, and you step.
And half of my leg is wet, and half of it is not.
How does your legs being at the opposite ends of the universe affect this question?
And half of my. Well, do we know the state of my leg? If I put my leg through the portal, half of it. Mm-hmm. Do we know that my leg is wet?
Well, if you stick your wet leg through the portal and it ends up at the other side of the universe, your wet leg is going to become your frozen leg.
Yeah.
First of all. And second of all, it will probably...
Well, okay, here. We're on Tatooine.
Oh, okay.
Does that change anything?
I mean, I feel like the water's just going to evaporate then. You're just talking about the distance.
Yeah, but it's also like a thing of Schrodinger's cat where it's like if you have or a Schrodinger's cat related thing where it's like if you have a box and either there's a flip-flop in it or there's not, what do you know?
You mean like you would just
I think I'm phrasing the question wrong.
I think so as well. But I get what you're trying to say. I don't know, man. I feel like that one has
I think I'm not wet.
I think your leg is wet, but not all of you is wet.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for weighing in on that, man.
Anytime. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you got to do a combination of reading into it way too much, which we just did, and then also just acknowledging the simple answer of your leg is obviously wet because you just put it in water.
Yeah.
So it's maybe a little bit of both.
I'll tell you what's not a Schrodinger's cat situation. We lost our premiere game yesterday.
Yeah, that was such bullshit. Can we talk about that?
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about it because of how bullshit
we were playing so well. We were up 12-9.
We need to speak out against
lost.
The riot cabal. And this is
I
our
complained so much
in
my fucking survey. They're not going to listen to this ever, so I'm just going to
You submitted a survey?
I did. At the end of Premiere, when they were like, oh, like, can you tell us about your experience? I was like, oh, boy, yeah, I'll tell you about my experience.
Okay, well, tell us about your experience.
My experience was dog shit. Phoenix is... it's not fair.
Well, hold on. Don't be putting any shit on Phoenix right now, because Steve carried us.
No, not the character. Not like the agent. Like the opposing team's Phoenix, who was Diamond 2.
Okay, well...
I think that the system of it being like, oh, we will average out all of the ranks does not work. And it is bad. Especially the changes that they made that you could now, like, you could start a team at any time in the league this past season, and you could also add people whenever, as long as they were, like, within the constraints, which I think is kind of bullshit.
It's very annoying that you can just add people. That shit is dumb as fuck.
We lost to a team that we 13-1 earlier in the season.
Yeah, and they had like a completely different team. Like they had 3 guys that were different from... Okay, so like earlier in the season, we were playing... What was the name of the team?
Panda Palace.
Panda Palace. #PP. If you're following if you want to find them on Twitter or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and you should find them on Twitter, and you should look up their star player. His name is PP Yacht Clapper.
Yeah, which is a great
real
name.
Real username of a real human being. I can't be too mad at them because at least my Valorant username will never be PP Yacht Clapper. So I guess I have that going for me.
Panda Palace. Okay. They were like our second week of Premiere. And we weren't even like won
bad.
them or 13-2 them. Something
it was
like
not
that.
even close.
It was not close at all. PP Yacht Clapper was the only guy who like did anything on the team. He got like 20 kills or some shit. Everyone else was struggling. They were not doing anything at all. And then we match up with them in bracket yesterday on Premiere.
Yeah, we were like, oh my God, we've got this in the
bag.
And
we were like, we 13-1 them. It's no big deal. We'll just do it again. I mean, naively thinking.
Yeah, and then we lost the first half. It was 5-7.
No, it was 6-6 at half.
Oh, was it really?
It was.
We did. Okay, yeah, never mind.
And it's a close game. It goes double overtime. Or we lose in triple overtime.
Yeah, we were winning we got to 12 and they were at 9, and then they consecutively won 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
Which sucked.
Like, it was a close ass game through and through. We all played our hearts out.
Yeah.
I put my full ass forward.
Yeah. You played great. You played really well.
Actually, it was the best game I've performed in a Premiere game up to this point, which is cool. I was proud of that. I locked in.
Yeah, you should be. I didn't play like great, but I didn't really play that bad.
And it's annoying because they just subbed in people that we didn't play originally, which is stupid.
But don't get me wrong, like you can have 8 people on the team's roster, which is fine.
But they literally insane amount of people, bro.
I agree with you, but like I get like, this person isn't available this week. Like it's good that we had that, because if we didn't have space to have like Daisy, or I was gonna say Zach, but he didn't play. If we didn't have space for like people when people couldn't make it, then we couldn't play some weeks, and that would suck.
Yeah.
But like they swapped out one of their players for just like a totally different guy.
Yeah. Who was like the guy, Diamond.
Well, okay, so PP Yacht Clapper. I can't believe I have to keep saying this.
You don't. We just call him PP, one of the goats.
PPG, PPGC, we'll say. PPGC is Diamond 2. And then they have a Cypher who we played with them like in the final match in the bracket. Who's just like fucking crazy. I think his actual rank was still only like Plat 2, but the highest person on our team is Gold 2. So
Peak Plat 1.
I just feel like the average like rank is just not close. And also I think the average diamond player beats 2 gold players like every time.
I mean, yeah, it's a 2 rank difference.
Well, so that's what I mean. So I feel like maybe like 2 gold players could be like, oh, like, yeah, we can beat like 1 plat. So if a team has like 1 plat and it's like then like 3 silvers and 1 bronze, I feel like that is the same as like 2 golds, 3 silvers, or like 3 silver or 3 golds, 2 silvers, whatever.
Sure, there's some math you can do, but at the end of the day, like it's just always gonna suck, right? Because you can't.
Yeah.
To give the Cabal a little bit of slack, which they don't deserve, but I'm gonna give them a little bit of slack. Being a TO is hard, and being a TO while also not being there at the same time, like making a robot TO is certainly not easy.
Yeah.
And they're like trying to maximize the number of people who can play while also trying to seed fairly to the lower ranks. And it's just you can find a balance of both, I'm sure. And certainly the past couple seasons of Premiere have not been it. But also, like, this is just bound to happen like the way just Valorant is. Like, the only way to solve this, like, forever, is to, like, start an actual fucking human organized league like what we had in Splatoon. But that's not going to happen because it takes an insane amount of work to, like, do all of the seeding. Like, when I was in...
big time.
When I was in leagues under the ink for the short amount of time that I did it, that's the Splatoon league.
That's such a cool name.
Basically, it was like a month's worth of prep going into like making all of the divisions, because there are like, I don't even know how many divisions there are now, But like when I was doing it, there were like 11 divisions or something like that, and each of the divisions are single-handedly like picked out by the moderators, and they're like looking at past tournament performances for every team. They're looking into like individual player history, trying to see like as accurately as possible. And you still get so many people going into the like they had a channel in the Discord server that was just, this is the place where you complain about your division placement, and people go in there and they go, this isn't my division, da 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 da, and then the mods are always like, okay, just win your division, and no one who complains ever wins about their division, which solves a lot of problems. But Valorant's not going to get that. It's just too big of a game, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I also feel like I feel like they made it more accessible, which is good, because Premiere is like fun. I do enjoy doing it, and like getting together with you guys once a week and just playing is a good time. And I really don't think that there's anything they can do about like the smurfing problem other than having people like go in and manually review people's accounts, which they're never going to do because it just doesn't economically make sense for them.
Yeah.
But like it just sucks. It really makes the game unenjoyable because Valorant is like a competitive based game, and it doesn't really have any I wouldn't say it has like any draw for like a casual player at all. It's like you play comp.
Like there's no reason for a person who doesn't play Valorant, there's no reason for them to start playing Valorant.
Yeah. Or unless like you're for some reason really into CS and you want something else, but even then I feel like they're very similar, but they're like pretty different. Like if you really like CS, I would say you should just play CS.
But what about all the people who switched from CS to Valorant?
I mean, I feel like that's fine. It's just like a personal preference thing. I just mean like if you like CS and you play Valorant, you might be like, wow, this is way different. I don't really like it as much.
Yeah, but the transition was like supernatural for a lot of CS pros. Like they were just like, I have to learn a different way to throw the flash now.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of it. Like they're really not that different. They really aren't.
No.
The maps are like, people complain about like the map sizes like in CSGO being way bigger, but the maps are like the same size.
I feel like the maps are pretty comparable.
They're almost exactly the same.
CS maps might be like this much bigger, but like it's not anything crazy.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that eventually, and unfortunately, because I do enjoy Valorant, and I know Zach is going to be listening to this in his car like 2 months from now, be like, why do you hate that game? It's so bad. But I do enjoy it. I spend a lot of time playing it, but I feel like eventually the community is just going to die because there's not really, like, there's no incentive to get into it if you're not, maybe not no incentive, but there's very minimal incentive for you to get into it unless you're like already kind of good. Because it is a competitive game. And if you don't want to like try and grind like the competitive ladder to get better, then you're probably just going to end up playing something else.
Do you think there's a reason to get into Rocket League right now? Because I think you could make the same argument. Like a lot of people playing Rocket League are just like, they've been doing it for the past 5 years.
I mean, I kind of think no.
But like Rocket League, similar to Valorant, is just an insanely mechanical game. Like you do just have to put raw hours in to get any semblance of good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just depends on like the person. I just feel like the average person is not going to want to or have the time to put hours in. Like at least Rocket League you can play, and they have like casual game modes and they have unranked modes, and there are consistently like a lot of people playing them.
Yeah,
and you can still get like the battle pass rewards and like skins and whatever from those. I feel like Valorant, it's like, oh, it's the end of the season. I got gold. Here's my gold gun buddy.
Sure. Like they don't have.
I got the premier. Like I won the premier tournament. I get a gun buddy and a title.
And a title. The title is important. You can't forget about that.
The title is very important.
But they don't have like the Overwatch fun game modes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they have not escalation, but
no one plays escalation.
What's the old one that they?
The one where
is escalation the one where sometimes you could use like the giant knife and like the snowball launcher and stuff?
Oh, snowball launcher was a separate thing from like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but like that game mode was kind of fun.
Yeah, and then they never brought it back since.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So I feel like Valorant just puts a lot into like the competitive scene.
Yeah.
But because of that, they have to acknowledge that their audience is just going to be more niche. And I am slowly realizing that I am not that good at the game, nor do I have the time to get like crazy good. So it just makes it worse when I go into like play a competitive game and I play against people who are just like way better than me.
I think that's just a competitive game.
You think so?
Like League has no reason to get into it right now at all, but there are still plenty of people who love the game. They play every day.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
I guess
any reason.
I mean, I guess if they're not,
I don't think Rocket League gives
like
you a reason to log in every day. Like for the most part, the game modes stay same for the majority of the year.
Yeah. And it is difficult.
It's just a competitive game. I mean, I think we're at a time in games right now where like every game is pretty difficult to learn if you're not like a huge gamer.
And so you kind of just have to pick one.
But even if you are like, I mean, I've played Dark Souls, but if I like re-downloaded Dark Souls right now and got back into it, I'd be dog shit at it. Just because.
Oh yeah.
Like you lose that kind of muscle memory.
Yeah.
But it's all a thing that you kind of have to relearn.
I feel like
learn for the first time.
Yeah. So I mean, so maybe that means maybe they're not really trying to get like new people into. Mean,
Valorant's whole claim to fame in the first point was, hey, CS:GO hasn't had an update in like 8,000 years.
Yeah, but then they just made a second one.
Yeah, and then it was terribly reviewed by a lot of people. Yeah.
Really?
Like there was a bunch of shit going on with like servers and and they messed the skins up for a little bit, which a lot of people were mad about because their $15,000 knife lost 2% of its value, and then
God, you've got to be kidding me.
Yada yada yada, all that. But like Valorant's just the new CS now, and I think they both serve their purpose in like the wider like competitive scene. Although CS:GO is kind of on its way out, but
yeah, I feel like Valorant is definitely getting bigger than CS. You think League is on the way out?
League's been on the way out, bro. No one's trying to get into League right now. Like, dude, you can.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you can be anywhere in the world and play League of Legends, but no matter where you are, there's always a guy like. You will never be better than like the 800th best Katarina player in the United States. Because that guy has been playing for his entire life, basically. He was born and raised on that shit. And until he dies, he will have League of Legends injected into his bloodstream via an IV in the hospital. There's no reason to clock into that shit. Especially now that there's like a fucking 100 characters in the game. Like, just trying to learn everything is like trying to study for an exam.
Yeah. You got to really want to be into it. Well, that's what I'm saying.
League is so, like Valorant, viewership for League is down across the board, esports wide. And like esports in general is like the biggest, I feel like that's the biggest determination of like how big a competitive game is just generally.
Yeah.
I don't see League going anywhere. Like they've had,
I don't see it,
they've had the stories and like, you know,
people being like, oh, you know, like what's happening to League?
Well, they've I mean more of like they've had the community and they've had like storylines built around like different teams and stuff like that. Like there's a reason to check into the esport and the game in general because they're always pushing stuff with it.
Yeah.
But I don't like the game is so fucking old now, and there's better things on the horizon, I think.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's what I feel like. Like that's what like Overwatch was trying to do with like the.
Oh yeah, Overwatch is dead and gone.
Super. Yeah. Well, especially because they were like, yeah, we're gonna have like this huge PvE. Like it's entirely on Blizzard, like 100%. For just being like, oh, we're gonna offer like all this new content and like this huge PvE thing is gonna come out, and then they just released the same game.
But they changed how many characters are in the game at one time.
Right. So they went from 6 to 5.
And it's
which
a
is
completely different game now.
It's the same game. I mean, it's like it plays differently. Like if you play Overwatch 2, which you can't play Overwatch 1 anymore.
Which I won't.
But you won't. And I also won't. I actually can't log into my account. I have no idea why.
I can't either.
Or I do know why. Because every time I go to my Blizzard authenticator, it's like, okay, go on your phone. And I'm like, I'm not logged into my phone because I haven't used it in like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay, well, log in. And then I go and log in, and it's like, you need your Blizzard authenticator. And I'm like, that's what I'm trying to log into. And
I've had
like,
the same. You have to call the support line. And as soon as I found that out, I was like, I'm just going to go play a game I like, I think.
I did call the support line because there was a phase where Zach like really, really wanted to play. And you want to know how long it took for them to respond to me?
An hour and a half.
A month and 2 weeks.
That's cool.
I'm not even joking. I was like, dude, this is like the simplest issue ever.
They were thinking about you.
They did. And so when I saw that they responded, I was like, I actually don't fucking care. I'm not going to play this game. So I didn't. But I feel like especially like people are just busy nowadays. So if you have the time to invest into a game,
there's
probably
always
just gonna
kids though.
I guess so. But like kids don't have money. So
I think, but their parents do. That's what developers have figured out.
Yes, but I don't think that a lot of parents are like, maybe they are.
And also, it's not even that most kids are spending money on the game. It's just there's one kid out of 1,000 that spends $8,000 on the game.
Yeah,
and that carries the developers.
That is true.
It's all the whales, man. Candy Crush figured this out, bro, in like 2012 or whatever.
Yeah, they did. They got all the moms and the aunts on there.
Yeah, and one in 10,000 moms is affected by Candy Crush addiction.
Yeah, it's bad.
And they have to go to Candy Crush Anonymous to try
they got to go to
dig
CCA.
themselves out.
It's tough. I've seen it happen before. It can ruin your life.
It does things to your body. Like, people don't know this. You ever see like the people with like they have to like plug a USB into their neck to like talk? Those people were addicted to Candy Crush. People think it's smoking, but it's not true.
Yeah, people think it's cigarettes. They're actually wrong. The C in cigarettes stands for Candy Crush. One word, no space.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I obviously enjoy Valorant. You enjoy Valorant. We play Valorant. But I feel like they have to do fucking something to like switch it up a little bit. I know they tried to add like
do for you to stay interested for the next year.
Probably nothing. I'll just keep playing it.
Okay,
but like,
I
feel like
5 year. Like, do you think you'll be playing Valorant in 5 years?
I guess probably. I don't know.
Like, what else would your ass be doing?
That's what I mean.
You're definitely
like,
not going back to
nothing.
Apex. I'll tell you that.
No, hell no. No way. People are too good at that game. I don't have the time to learn to be good at Apex Legends. So even though I'm not that good at Valorant, I would rather...
So then what's the difference of playing Apex and Valorant? People are just good everywhere. And also, it's not like that many people are good.
My friends play Valorant,
like
I guess.
The top rank in like every fucking video game ever is only like 1% of the player base, and you never encounter them.
Yeah, but I feel like I am just like in the bottom like 40. So even if I encounter someone who's in like the top 40, they are so much better than I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I am not good at shooter games. I like Valorant because unlike other shooters, I feel like there's more strategy to it than it is just like aim and
I mean, that's what I like about it as well.
Yeah.
I think there's like an
that's
adverse
why I like
effect
it better than CS.
In Valorant and CS specifically, where it's like I think people underestimate how good at the game they are because like round to round, your perception of like how you're doing is like, oh, past 2 rounds, I got like head tapped because I was in like a bad position. But your brain doesn't want to believe that you're in a bad position. So you're just like, they swing me and they hit me. And I'm bad at the game, I guess.
Yeah.
But and like round to round, that's how you feel. But like big picture, it's like you're doing fine.
Yeah, but I feel like big picture, like I have been in and around the same rank in this game for the past like 2 years.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think you've still gotten better, but I think the ranks also change over time, like they do with every game ever.
I guess that's fair.
Right? Like Grand Champ in League, like 10 years ago, is not the top rank.
Yeah, that's like
that it
me
is now.
now.
Right? Like Tyler 1 was doing was getting top rank with every character in the game 10 years ago, and he's still doing it now, which says something about his skill, I think.
Right, he's just really good at League.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I feel like you see a bunch of people and they're like, oh, it looks like you peaked like Immortal. Why are you in Diamond now? And it's like, well, they are the same skill level.
Kinda, yeah.
So I guess by that theory, technically I would be getting better if I'm staying in the same rank. But
that's what I'm saying. I think you are. Oh. And I think there's just always...
You're so wise.
I think you're always being pushed up slightly because more people are coming to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a variety of things for the reason that I like the game. I like the concept art. I think the game is cool. I think the art's fun. I think the gun skins are cool. Even though they're totally a scam, I will continue to buy them. Probably.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I probably will still play the game in 5 years as long as it's online. They keep adding new agents and new content.
So nothing has changed.
And probably even if they don't. No, it's just like I wish that they would do something to try and make the matchmaking fair, but I guess I don't really know what they would do.
Yeah.
Like I
think it's very easy to point out that there's a problem.
Yeah, but it's very difficult to be like, what do we do to solve this
solution to the problem? And I don't think you can't group people by like levels either.
No, because I'm level 220 and I'm dog shit.
Yeah. So,
you know, it's like Rocket League. Like Rocket League, I'm level 200. I'm level 856.
Yeah.
But I'm like Diamond 3 right now. I think most people who have that many levels are probably like high champ, maybe grand champ.
So like not that much better than you, but yeah.
I guess not that much.
And your ass also hasn't played in like 3 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I guess that is an interesting thing. I'm trying to do more of that and own up to the fact that I guess I have been getting better at Valorant, maybe. It's not the Cabal at Riot Games all the time.
Well, you're also dumb as fuck. Let's not shy away from that, right?
Oh, no, that is true. Yeah.
Your ass is still buying like 3 buckies per half.
I love the bucky, dude.
There's nothing wrong with that. You can love
the bucky. The amount of times that I get a bucky and I also get a kill from getting the bucky is at least 50%.
Yeah.
It's not a high number, but it's like a 50-50 bet, and I might as well take that when I'm down on my funds.
Sure, man. Whatever, man. You could think that. That's fine.
That's part of the fun for me. You got to risk it all a little bit.
You do, but that's not. I don't know. Whatever. You can risk it what you.
But I don't want to gamble. I don't want to lose like hundreds of dollars.
You are doing that, though.
I will only lose, but like with actual stakes. If I lose like my rank a little bit, I guess it's like fine. But if I lose hundreds of dollars, then I can't pay my rent, and that's bad.
Yeah.
I know. Big shocker.
You have fun with that.
Thanks, man.
That's all I'm going to say.
I will continue
to
buy the bucky.
Specifically.
Thank you.
Whatever.
I mean, I think there are characters that the Bucky's good with. Neon on the Bucky's pretty good. I go crazy with Neon Bucky.
The Bucky is just the Bucky, brother. Also, don't say the Bucky is better on some characters. You buy it on every character you play.
Oh yeah,
it's part of your economics strategy. It's not it's not part of your character strategy.
It's part of my MO. Yeah.
I don't know what an MO is, and I don't want to learn.
Okay.
So shut up.
All right, fine. You won't learn then. We'll stay in the dark, and I know you won't care.
That's what I want. I don't want to learn business lingo. I already know.
It's not business lingo.
I already know what putting a pin in it means. I know what let's circle back to it later. What are you talking about?
How is putting a pin in it business lingo?
Because it's like you have the big cork board and you put the pin in it and you're like, we'll come back to it later. We'll visit it later. We'll put the receipt on there. Hey, we're going to talk about this in the HR meeting. It's all good. You can't be spending $24 on beer every lunch. Okay, the company can't keep approving your insane spending, man.
Yeah, they can't. That would be crazy.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And also, I don't want to say it in front of, because everyone's here.
Mm-hmm.
But we saw on the company computer, we saw your IP address going to adamandeve.com. And it's just like, you can't really be doing that on.
Is that like a
You don't know.
website?
Come on, man. I hate you.
What do you mean? Hate me? Or no. Actually, no. I do know what that is.
No, bro.
Yes.
No. I get it though. Like, bro, Dragon. I get it though. I get it.
No, Adam and Eve sell sex toys.
Yeah, man.
I do know. Okay, I had to think about it.
I get the joke, bro. I get the joke. I'm the angry pumpkin, dude.
You're so mean to me. I'm gonna launch my dive rocket.
No, Anita Max win. I get it, bro. I'm in on the joke, man.
Whatever. Just never bought anything from Adam and Eve.
Maybe you should. They've got something for everyone.
They do have something.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm just broke, man.
I don't think that's it.
That is it. It's
where
not
would
it,
you?
Actually, you're right.
Where would you spend your money if you had it?
I don't know, like Costco, I guess.
Not like Moncler.
No, why the? Okay, even if I was super rich, like millions of dollars, I would never find anything to spend it all on. I do not think that I would own like maybe one or two like really nice outfits, and that would be it. And then the rest of my clothes would just be like
suit.
normal. Yeah,
with a hentai wrap on it.
Oh, that would go so hard.
No, it wouldn't. Don't
yes,
think
it
that.
Would.
Don't think that. No.
It'd go so hard.
Absolutely not. Don't instill into the youth, which you... Don't do that.
The first two things. One, the youth are not here. And two,
the youth are here.
Already...
The youth are always here. We cannot stop them.
Yeah, I always forget that the youth are really stupid. Okay, youth, don't do that. I was saying that as a bit.
We don't have to cater to the youth, but we have to be cognizant of their presence. Regardless of whether or not we feel it or not.
You're so wise.
I'm not wise. This is just internet 101, okay? We should start putting it's like you go into Pornhub and it's like, are you 18? We got to start putting that on our videos.
Yeah, but you could just click yes. It's the worst thing
But at least
ever.
we had them click yes. Now it's not
They had
our
to
fault.
think about it. I guess so. I mean, that makes us not legally
We're no longer liable. Yeah.
But I feel like that's just shitty. That's just like lame.
Okay, solution, problem man. Problem man. Be a solution man now.
No, there is no solution. That is a problem
Make
that will
a
just
solution
always exist.
now.
No, there isn't one. I get it. I know what you mean. There is no way. There would be no way to check. But I just think it's stupid in that they should just not do it at all then, if there is no way.
No.
Okay.
Because I think there's one kid out there, they see the pop-up and they're like, God wouldn't want me to do this. And they saved themselves. You don't think that's happened once?
No, I'm sure it has, and that's like why they have it. But it's like, if you have the control, you could just like not do it in the first place.
But kids, they don't have control.
Right.
Because
so
when you're born, you have a fungus in
anyway.
your mind. And you can't control your own body.
I don't think you have a fungus in your mind when you're born.
Are you a pediatrician? I don't think so.
No, I'm not.
So maybe let's leave that to the people who know things. Maybe you shouldn't be talking about the vaccine, Henry.
Oh my God.
Or Israel.
What vaccine? You love bringing up Israel.
I don't know why. It's not good. I shouldn't do it.
See, you were going to try and defend yourself, and then you were like, nah, he's right.
He's
You were going to be like, I don't like bringing it up, and then you thought about it, and you were like, I do.
I was like, this is not the hill I want to die on, man. It's just not.
Because you do bring it up.
I do.
Which is fine. We can talk about it. You want to talk about it?
We can't.
No, we can't.
We don't have the tact to be able to handle
I'm not educated enough on the situation to respond
on
on it. I have the take that I think killing people is bad, and that's, I know.
And that's
crazy
where
hot
I
take.
stand.
That's where I am. It doesn't get easier than that. That is it. I think that killing people is bad.
Wow.
I know.
That's powerful. You could write like a biopic about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I'm going to put that in my Instagram bio.
Oh, this is what I was going to say. Why do old people buy their clothes at Walmart?
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
do they?
Like, you ever been to a Walmart?
Yeah, and there's I mean, I guess there are.
And
I guess there are a lot of elderly people.
There's clothes there. People go to Walmart and they buy clothes.
Yeah, I
Isn't
mean,
that
it's
weird
affordable.
as fuck?
No. I feel they're just like affordable clothing.
That's so.
But, you know,
no one should have to
eventually-
buy their clothes from Walmart. That's just not. That's wrong.
I
think.
would rather just get my clothes from like Goodwill than Walmart.
Yeah.
But I don't think that no one should have to, like, if it's an affordable option, I feel like that's fine. I feel like it's good that they offer clothes.
But should Walmart do clothes?
Walmart does fucking everything. They're a superstore.
Yeah. Isn't that bad though?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, there should be a different store that does clothes better than them. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there
Walmart is incentivized to be like, we're gonna make clothes out of human feces and give it to people for $8 plus tax now.
So you just mean like they're incentivized to just try and keep costs low and also keep people spending as much as they can while they're in Walmart.
Yes,
so
you
they
walk into
supply everything
Walmart
that you would need.
and you're like, I need hand soap, and then you're in the hand soap aisle and you're like, I also need like a fake potted plant, and then you keep walking around the Walmart and you're like, maybe I need an HDR 78-inch TV, and then you're like, maybe I should buy like ground beef too. I don't fucking know. And then you see like a cool, like Adidas swim shirt, and you're like, I think I'm gonna go on vacation at some point in my life. So and then before you're walking out the door and the person is checking your damn receipt like you're fucking stealing, even though they watched you check out. Mm-hmm. And then they hand you your receipt back and you're like, holy shit, I spent $128. Like, you didn't process it until then.
Yeah.
And that's wrong.
So, sure. But also, what about like Target? Is Target not fine either?
Correct.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then, yeah. No, I can see what you're saying then. Yes.
I definitely don't think they should have stores inside of stores. It's fucked up that Starbucks is like, I'm going to be with you forever, Target.
So you don't like the mall?
No, the mall is so different.
The mall is just a big store filled with stores.
No, but there's multiple stores. Like, some people go to the mall with the express purpose of being like, I'm going to shop at all the stores now. I want to spend $100 today.
Oh, so you're saying like it's fucked up that I go to the grocery store and then also I can just buy clothes at the grocery store.
Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Target.
I'm saying like Walmart is just one store that does everything, which is lame. We should have stores for different thing. Like, in the Walmart, there should be clothes store. There should be Moncler. And then also in the
Walmart. There should not be a Moncler in the Walmart.
Also in the Walmart should be like a
totally different demographics.
Like a Home Depot. And then next to the Home Depot inside of the Walmart is the Wegmans.
Why?
I guess what I'm saying is I want malls back, I think.
There are still, you could just like go to the mall.
No, but you can't anymore though.
Why? Yes, you can.
There's no more malls, Henry. They're all gone.
Nope. They're
went like an extinct dinosaur. You can dig up their bones
are dying,
in the ground.
For sure. They are dying, but they are not dead yet.
They're big dead. Malls, I'm declaring it right now. I've taken them out of Disneyland and I'm declaring them dead right now.
All right, well, there's the title of the video. Malls in America have died.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I feel, and don't get me wrong, I think one of the benefits of capitalism and the monopoly is people like Walmart having a monopoly on things, so they are able to sell them for a cheaper price. It's bad because of the general economic atmosphere that it creates. meaning that all of those people can just supply goods to people so they can kind of just like decide the price on them.
Okay, economics me right now. How is Walmart economic different from multiple store economic? Why would it be cheaper for Walmart to do everything when we could just have a grocery store that is at the same? Is it impossible to have a grocery store that's at the same price as Walmart?
No, I mean,
to me that's
it's probably
insane.
not impossible. I think it's just so much easier. Like, you have to go through less of a supply chain if you make everything yourself. And so therefore it costs less money.
But Walmart doesn't make everything themselves.
I mean, I guess
the issue is that the smaller stores can't afford what Walmart does because Walmart is so big. They would be able to afford it if everyone was like small grocery store and they were able to set prices accordingly.
Yeah. No, sorry. So I do agree with you. I think that would be better, like, overall big picture, but we don't live like that. So it's nice that people who have little income can go to Walmart and buy things for less money.
I agree.
I do agree that it's a fucked up system and we should fix it and try and move towards having more.
But I'm saying every
businesses.
Town should have a Moncler. And a Supreme store or something. I don't know.
What the fuck is Moncler?
It's a clothing store. What are you out of the loop?
Yes.
How did you spell it in Google?
I spelled it like Mont, like MONT,
No.
but it's actually MONCLER.
It's literally like sound it out with your hands and clap while you do it to count the syllables.
Moncler. Okay, so they should not have this at every town.
I think they should have one.
I disagree.
I think everyone should have a Moncler, and Moncler should be affordable.
Okay, so if it was affordable, sure. Then yes, I think that everyone should have a Moncler. I am not buying the all-fit short down jacket for $1,600.
I think they should make a Moncler jacket for your fish.
My fish.
And would you be on board then if they did that?
I probably wouldn't be able to afford them.
But what if you had to?
I had to what? Like I had to buy it?
You
or
had
they would,
to
like,
afford
die?
it. Well, they want it.
What happens if... Oh, they want it.
You don't need it, but they want it.
Can I tell them no?
No. Well, that would be quite rude, wouldn't it?
I feel like sometimes you gotta be rude.
I mean, sometimes maybe. Maybe when they ask for the new Xbox, you're like, that's a little out of my price range. But they need a nice jacket every now and again.
What is it with you and the Moncler? Do you like Moncler?
No. I'm just using it as an example.
I don't even like really particularly like any of these clothes.
It's called imaginative storytelling.
You had it earlier.
I did have it, but I'm stumbling.
Yeah, I don't know though. I feel like luxury clothing is like a little bit too far in the opposite direction. Like there needs to be something accessible between Moncler and Walmart white t-shirt aisle, because Walmart white t-shirt aisle costs $2 and Moncler plain white t-shirt aisle costs $345, which is just too much for one shirt. It just is.
I think you're not thinking with shapes and figures.
I think I am. I'm all about finding the median, man. I think that everything is an in-between. Nothing is a this or that question. It's
Maybe
a both, and it's a how much of both.
We should just give people higher credit card limits.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a great idea.
Do you? Because I don't know if I trust the average person.
I mean, can you trust the average anything?
No, probably not.
I don't know what that question means, but
I'm unsure as well.
And I'm unsure of when this episode is going to